Last year I made a video about wind therapy. It explains how a little bit of time on a motorcycle can have a huge improvement on your mental health. How a few short hours can be relaxing both physically and mentally. But what if your ride's longer? What if it's not 2 or 3 hours around town, but 8, 10, or even 12 hours across country? What's that like? It depends on the bike you ride, your riding experience, the weather, roads, bumpy or smooth, bike accessories, how often do you stop, and who are you riding with? These all factor into your riding experience. One thing is certain, all bikers will eventually hit that wall, which comes with fatigue, boredom, and a sore ass. For newbies, that might be 50 miles. For others, that might be 1,000 miles. But eventually, you're going to hit that point where you're just glad to get off that bike. Long distance riding can also be therapeutic, but in a different way than when you're riding around town locally. Early on when I first started riding, I rode from Cleveland to Columbus. It's about 150 miles in about an hour and a half. Before I even needed to refuel, my butt was numb. I hurt so bad I couldn't wait to get off that bike. I started questioning my life's decisions. I started asking myself if I should have bought a motorcycle at all. And I was thinking, maybe motorcycling isn't for me. And that was when I was only halfway there. I still had to get to Columbus and then somehow get back to Cleveland. Oh yeah, lots of questions. Eventually that ride got better. I can do Cleveland to Columbus in my sleep now, even with the way my bike's set up, and it's not really comfortable for distance. Admittedly, that first time to Columbus on a bike was a miserable experience. It was not fun. But the people I rode with were great. They've been where I was. They've been riding for years already, so they made fun of me. As much as it hurt, I laughed. I had to laugh. And with that laughter, I was instantly inducted into a world based on camaraderie and shared experiences, however little experiences I had to share. Recently, I took a road trip to Baltimore. I took the long way around, bypassing DC to Williamsburg and riding the coast back up. It's about 8 hours, 500 miles according to Google. But on a bike, it takes a little bit longer because you gotta stop more often to fuel up. And depending on how much you loiter around at each stop can really eat up the clock. It can turn an 8-hour ride into a 12-hour ride before you realize it. It's under these circumstances, when you're churning out miles and eating up time, you learn things about yourself. At the end, you feel a renewed sense of accomplishment. Despite being tired from fighting the wind, which is a real thing, the cold, the heat, a sore numb ass, cramped legs, stiff fingers, hungry and thirsty, all of which is mentally taxing. Oh, and let's not forget that itch you can't scratch through your helmet. It's probably not a spider or some other bug crawling around there, and you don't want to take any chances, but you can't stop on the side of the road to kill it because if it's not a black widow spider and it's just a common itch, the guys are going to ridicule you mercilessly, and then you're going to be wishing that it was actually a black widow spider. And once you've made it through all that and returned home safely to your friends and family, and they ask you, how was it? You can hold your head up high and say, I'm sore, and then tell them how much fun you had. The next time you go to your local watering hole, you'll have your own stories to tell and advice to give. Bestow your wisdom on others from the experience you gained from challenging yourself on a long-distance ride. And with that, here is my bit of wisdom that I shall bestow on you. Long ride, short ride, good ride, bad ride, beautiful day, cold or rainy day, lost or even broken down, remember this: it's all part of the adventure. Life itself is always an adventure.